welcome back to RTS. I hope all of you are doing well. In today's video, I wanted to share a clip of a layout we created in our collection cut up series. Now, this is a series that I did over International Scrapbook Day weekend, and we took a collection pack and we created layouts. And I think we ended up with about 16 layouts by the time the series was over. So what we do is we take a collection pack, which is basically 12 pieces of paper and a sticker sheet, and we cut them up, and then we put those papers together and we create layouts. It's a lot of fun. And so what I used for my own layouts in this series was the Echo Park New Day collection, but you could use any collection pack you want, any theme, any holiday, any season, and you could even use a paper pad. Just grab 12 pieces of paper, and then you also could use a kit that you've already made or that you already have in your stash. It's the same thing. It's just taking 12 papers, cutting them up and putting them together and making layouts. And then what I do then is I also give a cutting guide and layout configuration, so you have a little bit of a step-by-step guide if you wish to use that, or you could go rogue and do your own thing. There's a lot of versatility in this type of thing. And so what we did in this video that I'm going to share today is that we played with a very, very simple go-to design of the Happy Horizontal, which is a 6x12 and a 6x12, and then we also did something different with different photo sizes. So I hope you enjoy this clip, and if you enjoy this type of series or a challenge, or if you just like pretty paper like I do, we also did this series in 2021 with collection cut up, and then if you like that, in the fall we did a series called One Collection 4 Ways, where we took a collection pack and we used it in 4 different ways. So I hope you enjoy this clip, and if you want to see anything else, or if you want to see this entire collection cut up series, the link to my Patreon account is listed below. It's just $1 a month. Come over, hang out with us, and keep recording the story. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put my 6x12 up here, and then my other 6x12, I'm going to put it down here. And so you can see that I have this 12x12 American Crafts white textured cardstock. So what I did was I trimmed a 1/2 inch off both sides because I want to give myself a mat right off the bat. And that is my page design. It really is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a Teresa Collins border sticker, and this is in a honeycomb. So that's going to go there, and it already has a scallop. So that's why I broke out my border stickers, because I don't want to take the time to do edge punches. Not right off the bat. And let me talk about that now. When you are first starting batch scrapbooking, as in the actual gluing and putting photos to paper, make it easy on yourself. That's why I usually go with a Happy Horizontal, because it's easy. You just plop one on the top, plop one on the bottom, find something in the middle, and you're good to go. And then with that being said, make it easy on yourself. Do an easy page design. Do a photo that's not hard to do. Like I always play with flowers. Maybe you play with geometric shapes, or maybe you play with die cuts. Whatever it is, do it easy, and then you start getting into that rhythm and rhyme. So now I have another, this is a border strip. Sorry, someone's having target practice, I guess. That just scared me. And I'm going to put that on top of that. And you'll see why these numbers are going to be significant in just a moment with my photos. So I have 3 different size photos, and I'm going to do something a little different. Right off the bat, doing something different always. So I have this Amish homestead photo that I took last year. In September of 21, and I printed this out on my Epson PictureMate 400 in a 5x7, and it's a beautiful, beautiful photo. But I'm going to do something with this. There's nothing wrong with this, but I wanted to see this homestead a little more prominent. So I took another photo of that. This is a 5x7, and I printed it in a 4x6, and then I gave myself a border. So this is a 4x6. So I'm going to put this photo on top of this. That automatically now, as we did in that layout last week, where we did a mat of the same paper we used on the layout, this is the same thing. I'm using the same photo as a mat as I'm doing that. Now here's the thing. I still don't see that homestead as much as I want. So I printed out another photo in a 4x6, And then with this one, I did a fax print. So for me, it just makes my image a little bit bigger. It's just what my Fuji software does. And so then I cut this down to about a 3x5, and this is going to go on top of this. Isn't that something different? Now, if this was the only Amish photo I had, maybe I wouldn't stack them on top of each other. But because this is a place we go often, have tons of photos, when you have that opportunity, when you go someplace often, or you have a lot of photos or something, play with photo sizes, play with photo placement, play with photo treatment. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put foam tape underneath this one here. That's what I'm visualizing. The one that has the white border, I think this is the one that I am going to put on foam tape, and this one is going to go on top of that. Just something different. I wouldn't have to put that on foam tape. And because I do have 3 layers of photos, I was going to put some ribbon here, but it gave me too much lump and bump. So I made sure I kept my back 5x7 photo flat. And so since this is a Amish homestead, that's why I used all these numbers, because, you know, in Amish country, it's all about the acreage. It really is. How many acres you own? So this was something different. I'm really happy with this. I can't wait till hubby sees this. But then I know what he'll say. Can we get in the car and go? No, it's a 3-hour drive. We can't get in the car and go. So that is my happy horizontal with my photo treatment of 3 different size photos. One even has a mat. And I stacked them. When's the last time you stacked your photos? This is fun. This is fun. Now everything else is going to be so simple, but I'm in love with it because I just used what was in my kit. And here's the funny thing. When I pulled the items from my kit and I planned it, I sat here for a moment and I had to laugh because I thought if I would not have had this kit, I wouldn't have picked these supplies. There's no way I would have picked these supplies. So it's fun. It's fun how that works. So the lovely Karen had sent me some Stampin' Up! Products, and these are called, let me show them to you. And I can already tell you, Karen, the next time you place an order, friend, can you order me 2 packs of these and just hang on to them for me? They are called a Paper Lattice. And you get 10 in a pack, and I'm in love with them. I don't have machines to do this for me. Some of you guys do, but I don't. So I'm going to use these as a corner mat. So I'm going to put one up here underneath the 5x7, just like this. And you could also consider that as the start of my cluster base, but it's kind of like a corner mat if they're offset. And so then I'm going to take another one and I'm going to do the same thing here. So you can see already that my happy horizontal is going to have a diagonal design. I may move this up or down a tad. I don't really want to overlap that border sticker, so we'll see how that goes there. So I'm going to have a diagonal design going this way, something else different. So thank you, Karen, for those Stampin' Up! Products, because I put them to work right off the bat. So then what we're going to do is, in my kit, I had 49 and Market flowers. And I thought, okay, I can get some flowers on here because, you know, I got flower paper up here. And I wanted to say that too. Did you notice that I put the blue on the top and the green on the bottom to mimic? In my photo, I have blue at the top and green at the bottom. I did that on purpose. I really did. And plus, also, you would see, now see the blue, the navy is a little heavier weight. So a lot of times we say, we'll put the heavier paper on the bottom, but I wanted to mimic my photo. So that's why I put the blue at the top and green at the bottom. Just the way I did that. Now my 49 and Market flowers, I was really tickled that they are kind of distressed, kind of, they're not bright, happy colors, and I wanted to do that. That's the mood and feel I'm going for. And then I have these leaves. So what I'm going to do is just build a cluster, and then I don't want very many things touching this photo. I want something to touch this corner of the photo, but I will purposely place these items when I glue, and I will be gluing these with my super glue gel. I don't want a lot of this touching my photo because I want the photo to stand out. So I will move these as back as far as I need to. I don't mind if they touch, but I don't want them going into the photo like this. I don't want that. I want my photo, this 5x7 photo, I want it to really stand out as a 5x7 photo. So I will put those 3 flowers there, 2 leaves on either side. And I will tell you, these are thick. These are thick. So those lattice pieces came from Karen. The flowers came from Janet. I have some wood veneer here that came from Shadney. So you ladies are just so kind to me, and I love everything. I use everything. So I'm going to just tuck these leaves, and when I go to adhere this lattice piece, I will only glue it what is behind the photo. I won't be gluing any of this here because it's so thin, it's so delicate, it's really impossible. So I only will be gluing it what is underneath the photo. So let's go ahead and replicate the same thing up here. So I'm going to put this flower here. Again, I won't have very much of those flowers touching my photo. Very, very few. And these stamens that are in the flower is actually going to stay there. They're a little lump and bump, not too bad, but they really go well with those lattice pieces. And those are by 49 in Market. And they are perfect if you want flowers. And I have the paper here. If you want flowers, but you don't want just pretty bright flowers. These have a little bit of grunge to them. They were from Royal Posies Ocean Jade. That's where they were from. And let me see here. What are we doing now? Now we're going to grab some clear stickers, because I want something to layer this, but I got some bulk going on. So it's funny that I struggle using clear stickers, but in this case they were perfect. These were from Maggie Holmes Sweet Story. So I'm going to take these clear stickers, and the only way to play with clear stickers is to put them on wax paper, and you got to trim them out. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, but that's the only way I can play with clear stickers, because I will glue all of this down and these will go on last, because you have to know where things are going to go. So I'm going to put this one down here, and I don't know, I think I'll go over top of the lattice. So I'm going to put this one here and this one here, and I may cut off some of those tails. I don't cut off my flower tails till I see how much I need. And then these are just going to poke out in between on each sides, just like here. And right here. Easy. Easy to play with these. Oh my goodness, I love how this page turned out. And this is what I mean. If I was to have just got the photo and sit down, I hardly would have picked any of these supplies. And wait till you see what Felicity Jane Puffy I use. It could not be more perfect. And who would think you would be using a Felicity Jane Puffy on an Amish page? But we're going to do it and have fun. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I just love this hobby, and I love that you all hang out and spend time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can never say thank you enough. And then I'm going to take this other one and then peek it underneath all of this. And so this is one of those cases, and I'm going to be putting clear stickers on top of this lattice, unless I move it up a little bit. So we shall see how that goes. We shall see. So that's the plan. Now I might as well go ahead, well, I'll come up here and finish the same thing. So let me move this. So now I have more of these clear stickers. You won't see them there. So I have 5, and I just took them off that sheet, put them on wax paper, because they're really thin, and you have to, if you want to play. So I'm just going to tuck them. You know, they'd be almost easier to tuck underneath the lattice. I think I'm going to have to do that. What would you vote for? Yeah, they're almost going to have to, aren't they? They're going to have to go underneath the lattice, because I'm going to have too much, I'm going to have too much lump and bump. Since they're so thin, I think I'm going to have to. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I could weave them in and out. I mean, it is lattice. But the preface is I'm going to put these flowers under here, and I'm going to do the same thing as I just did, where I'm going to take these pieces here, put one here, put one here, and up here on the top right, this paper is darker. So I tried to use flowers that were a little bigger as far as the clear stickers, so they would stick out a little bit more. I don't care if you don't see the whole image. And so then there's the flowers, and there's going to be the leaves. So that is what that's going to look like, minus the wax paper. So then what I decided to do was break out these wonderful, wonderful, and they, for these lattice pieces, there is a definite front and a back. The front is darker than the back. And let's see, I love these Pink Fresh letters. So I thought, oh, this would be perfect. This would be perfect, and I wanted to write Amish Homestead. Well, I got everything out, and guess what? No letter D. So I'm looking, what's a synonym for homestead? This, that, and the other thing. So I thought, well, I guess I'll just start with the word Amish and find something else. So I am going to put the word Amish up here, and so that'll be good. Again, I don't know if that's going to go on top of the lattice or underneath. We'll see how we shift all that. And then I thought, well, since I have wood veneer up here, I'll come down here, and this is where Shadney's wooden veneer is going to go. And India designed that. So I'm going to plop that right there. So thank you, Shadney. Thank your little one for that. And then, of course, I look over here, and what do I see? I see a pack of Felicity Jane stickers. And it's from Jenna. And there was a farmhouse sticker. I kid you not. Look at this. There is a farmhouse sticker. It's a farmhouse puffy on this Felicity Jane. I thought, oh, I literally just put my head in my hand. And I thought, is this not perfect? It is perfect. So it's going to get nestled right there. And then I look over at this same pack, and there was the word home. And I thought, here we go. So I'm going to put the word home down here. And that is why I ended up using a yellow border sticker and a border strip, because this yellow. So that now introduces a color. Now I know what direction to use. And those two puffies came from Felicity Jane. Isn't that amazing? Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? So I am going to finish up with a couple word stickers. It's going to say remember this, and this one is going to say happy day. And again, I may be pushing this lattice up, and I want to see the lattice. So we shall see how that all works. Sometimes it's not what you want, it's what works. And I just don't think these clear stickers, I mean, it's kind of thin. I may have to do a test of the emergency broadcast system to see if those will work. So I'm going to follow up with a word sticker here, and it says happy day, because that is a happy day when we go visiting up in Amish country. So I'm looking around. I think that's all I'm going to do. Other than, I don't have any journaling other than the year, because this is just some place we go all the time, and I wouldn't even know what to say anyways. It's just a picture, a great picture of this Amish homestead. And I am going to take this Technique Tuesday stamp, and this was 2021, and I will probably stamp it somewhere here. It'll be on the green down here. I will stamp the year 2021, and then I'm going to use something for finishing touches. So right off the bat, I had to go get something out of my stash, because in my kit I had Pink Fresh enamel dots, and I had a pack of braids. Well, when you're thinking of mood and feel, and you're going to Amish, you're going to farmlands, the bling is not going to work, and this is a little too shiny. So what I decided to do was go get my Gina Marie enamel dots, and these are matte. So I will be using this matte yellow, and that will be my sprinkling of enamel dots. So that's when I say mood and feel. I mean, I also have these Prima crystals. Am I really going to use that on an Amish country farmhouse? That's not what I'm going for on this layout. So these will be my finishing touches. And I love these, but I hate these. And why do I hate them? You can tell. They do not, they don't even stay on the transfer paper. These are matte. And I will have this listed below. This is a great place to get enamel dots. And just be aware of the matte ones, the ones that are not shiny. You have to apply glue. So it's not just a peel and stick. You have to just think of them as little drops. You have to add glue. And that's probably why I don't use them as much. But in this case, this is what I want. I want these finishing touches sprinkled here. But I don't want nothing shiny or you know, that enamel look. I want something dull looking like I did with my flowers. And that is my layout number 1. All done. I just have to glue it. When it comes to your photos, maybe try different photo sizes, maybe even stack a couple and see how that works if you have extra ones. And this is really good if you have outtakes that really kind of turned out bad, but you can still use them as a photo mat. with your photo. Absolutely. So I will have everything listed below. Hit continue reading. There will be completed close-ups. And come back to RTS because you never know what we're going to do. Bye.